Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you how to do just an easy buttonhole. Alright, first you'll need your button and your buttonhole foot, and then we're going to put the buttonhole foot on. Okay, so step one. Alright, you take your button and you find where you want on the fabric. Okay, there's always the place you want it to be. And usually you don't want to go any closer to the edge than about a half an inch or so. But if you're using a pattern, it will have markings that you'll mark. But we want to go about a half an inch in. Okay, so I've marked a little place. This is just for on a scrap. I've marked a little place where I wanted it, and then I kind of give it a line in the middle to follow. Okay, now you have this buttonhole foot right here. You're going to pull out the back and you put the button in. I'm doing it with one hand here. Okay, now you know how big you want your button. Okay, now some buttons don't stay in there very well. Some of them fall out, and if they fall out, you can even take them out. It's not going to hurt anything. All right, so now we're going to go over to our sewing machine. Let's see if I can set this up so we can see it. Oops, sorry. All right, on the back of your sewing, sorry y'all. On the back of your sewing machine, there's a little button. It's a little black button right here, and then you press it, and the presser foot comes off. Okay. Now I'm going to take this one, sorry, and I'm going to lift that up, and I'm going to put it right down on that little round peg. You can try it a few times, and then it'll click into place. Okay. Now you can keep your button in the back there, or you just leave it off. Alright, so step one, mark your button hole spot where you want it. Number two, put the button in the back and make sure it's the right width. Okay, you can leave it back there. Okay. Alright, number three, put this on. Now next is there's a buttonhole lever underneath here, and it's going to go behind that first little plasticky thing. And then what's going to happen is it's going to go back and it's going to hit the second one as it's going. See that going back and forth? And it stops right where that is, because that's the width of the button. Alright, so mark your button. Put your buttonhole foot on with the button in the back, or at least fit the button back there and then lay it to the side. Pull this down, put it behind the plastic. Okay, that's your buttonhole lever. Don't forget to put it back up when you're finished. And then you're going to go over and you're going to choose your buttonhole. Okay, I'm just going to choose a basic one. 35. Okay. Now, I'm going to take where I have marked. Okay. And I want to put, if button sewing, we kind of go the front, to back. This goes backwards. So you couldn't start here and put it underneath this one, because then it'll go off the fabric. So you can start here and go backwards, or you can turn it around and start here, but it's going to go backwards. So I'm going to put it underneath, and you can lift your presser foot higher if you need to. All right, and then that little white mark, you need to get it in that little window. So once I have that in the window, okay, you can't see it as well, I know. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. But once you have that little mark, that first little line inside that window, you can put your presser foot down. Okay. Then I kind of look in the back here, and where it's going to go backwards, I kind of look back here in the back and make sure that line that I made is kind of lined up in the center. You can also visually look at it and make sure it's not like way crooked to the side here. Make sure it's straight and even. Okay. Now once you do that, you have your thread. And you can just lay it back there. Once you get started, you can actually cut that if you wanted to. Okay? So I'm on 35, button in the back, lever down behind that first plastic thing. And then I'm going to hit my pedal. Now, if you have a variable speed, a little dial that kind of goes back, back and forth right here, you can turn it down where it won't go too far. So I'm just going to take this, and it's going to start going. Now, once it starts going, I can take a pair of scissors, some scissors, and I can clip this little, that off if I want to. But it's going to go. Now, if it starts staying in one place and not moving, then go ahead and stop. Because something's wrong. I always do it on a scrap before you do it on your project. I'm going pretty fast. And then, see, I'm still pressing the pedal and it's going. And that's it. Then you roll your flywheel towards you until your needle's in the up position. Okay. You put your lever back up unless you need to make more buttonholes. You lift your press foot and it just pop back. And you pull it out. And you cut your thread on the front. And you cut your thread on the back. I use two different threads, but no problem. Alright, then I'm going to get a seam ripper. And you're going to take your seam ripper and you're going to just dab it in there in the bottom. Alright, see that? It's just in the bottom. And then you can kind of pull the fabric towards you. Now, if you get kind of going and you're afraid you're going to go, whoosh, just go too far, you can take a pair of scissors and also just cut it and clip it. And then you take your button out at the back and you test it, make sure it works. That's it.